everyone. Today we're going to do some exercises for hips. So if you've been doing a lot of gardening, they might be feeling a little bit tight. If you've been doing a lot of walking, particularly, walking can tighten your hamstrings. If you're a cyclist, again, that can tighten your hamstrings. So we're going to start with a warm-up as usual. You could do your normal warm-up standing if you prefer, but we're going to start lying on the floor. I'm quite warm already because I've been doing a little bit on the cross trainer. So that's warmed me up nicely. Cross trainers are really good for hip problems, instability in the SI joints and in the hips. So if you get yourself into your base position, feet hip width distance apart, shoulders back and down, and then make sure you're in neutral. So the warm-up is mainly going to be about getting some movement into the hip joints, into your legs. So keeping neutral, just want you to gently take one knee out to the side and then bring it back to the center. Keep the pelvis still, so using your tummy, and then slowly take the other one out. So not looking for the leg to drop to the floor. Breathe out as you bring it back, because that's the hard bit. Use your tummy in. So we're just trying to warm up the hip joints. So you might find that the hip's feeling a little bit tight or restricted at this point. Don't push it, just literally let the leg go where it wants to go. So breathing in as it goes out, breathe out as you use your tummy to draw it back in. Okay, one more on the other side, and then back in. Now we're going to do what's called knee drops, so we're just going to concentrate on one leg. Letting the knee drop to the side, but at the same time focus on keeping the other leg still and draw it back. Keeping your body still, so we're just looking for the movement within your hip joint 5 times. So being aware, so if you put your hand onto your thigh, of that other leg not dropping to the side. There might be a tendency that your legs want to do this. Try and keep it still. So just one leg moving at a time. So that's 4 and 5. And then change legs. So this leg is going to stay still and then bring it back. Keep the pelvis still. Don't be frightened to use your hands, just to make sure nothing is moving that shouldn't be. And that just, because that helps us a little bit of a reminder for you to engage your core muscles. Because it's so easy to do your exercises, forgetting the important bit, which is pulling your navel just a little through to your spine to that 30% position. Let's do one more. And then back. Excellent. So just let your hands relax by your sides. You can turn the palms up or take your arms out a little higher. Bring your feet together. We're going to try and warm up your waist and your obliques. So feet, knees tight together. This time roll both legs to one side. So the pelvis does roll. It's basic hip rolls. And then back to the center. And repeat to the other side. Nice and slowly. Remember, it's not massive. You can let your feet roll. So rolling up onto the edge of one foot. Or you can keep your feet flat on the floor and just roll from the ankles and the waist. So getting some lateral flexion into your ankles. Your ankles are meant to go that way, believe it or not. It's quite a nice way of strengthening your ankles. But again, use your tummy, pelvic floor, and squeeze your inner thighs tight together. So you're pulling in firmly, but not as tight as you possibly can, remember, just that 30% position. Let's do one more to each side. And then back to the center. Lovely. Just stretch your legs out. And then bend your knees back. So bringing your legs back to that base position, feet hip width distance apart. We are going to do a basic développé, or développé if you're posh. That's how Craig Holwood calls it. I'm a Geordie, so we tend to do it our way, which is a développé. Sounds like a boy's name, but it's not. It's a ballet term. It means unfolding of the legs. So that's exactly what we're going to do. My foot might disappear actually, just looking at the camera. So bring your hands back, keep neutral. Lift one leg into tabletop. So you're looking for the knee to be above the hip. Breathe in. As you breathe out, vertically extend the leg to straighten it. Now you might only come down here, that's okay. Hold, flex the foot. So you're pulling the toes towards your knee and then slowly lower the leg down towards the floor, but don't touch it. Point your toes so you release. and bring your knee back in. So you breathe out to extend, breathe in, flex the foot, breathe out, slowly lower, point and release. And again, so extend, flex, lower. Is a good stretch, works the backs of the legs, really good for lengthening the hamstrings. Flex the foot and slowly lower. The slower you lower it, the harder it is. You'll feel it in your thigh. Last one. As you lower the leg down, be aware whether your pelvis is rocking. Try and keep it still. And replace to the floor. Nice, good. Let's do the other leg. So lift into tabletop. Breathe out, extend. Breathe in, flex your foot. Keep pulling the toes towards your knee as you press through the heel. Push your leg down towards the mat. Don't touch the mat. Point your toes and draw it back up. Extend. Flex. Breathe out. Press through the heel. Lower the legs down. Leg down, even singular. And then return. Never try this with both legs together. Too tough. Puts too much pressure into your back. Oh, I can feel that work right down into here. Point and return. And again, this is number 4. Flex. So as you know, I can't count. Too many things to say. Life's too short to worry about numbers of repetitions. Flex. Push through the heel and slowly lower. Bend to release. Replace the foot to the floor. Excellent. Okay, stretch them out just a little bit. Now we're going to change it slightly. So we're going to do another set of 5 on each side. But we're going to add a turnout. Remember, this is about working the hip joints. We're trying to stimulate the synovial fluid in your hips and to get some flexibility back into the hips or to maintain the flexibility that you have. So I'm going to change my position so that you can see what my legs are doing. So hopefully you can see my legs. Yep, there they are. Feet are parallel. Lift one leg into tabletop. So from that tabletop position, I want to turn the leg out. So I'm literally turning the leg within the hip. So my heel has come across towards the other knee. Try not to work the ankle, just keep your ankle relaxed. Now extend your leg. Now as I extend the leg, my toes are pointing out on the diagonal, but keep the leg parallel. Flex the foot, lower the leg down. So as you lower the leg down, your legs are still parallel. It's going down straight in front of me. Point the toes and bring it back to parallel. So turn out, extend, flex, keep it flexed, lower it down, point the toes, then bring it back to parallel. And again, extend, oh sorry, missed the turn out, extend, flex and lower. The pelvis will want to tilt, try and keep it level. So turn out, this is where the twist will come in. Don't let that twist, try and keep it level. So if you try and take your leg too far, I know mine goes quite a long way, you might only be there, just don't let the hip hitch. Extend, flex, keeping it turned out, lower it down. So getting right into this inner thigh also. Let's try one more. Turn it out, extend, flex, lower, point and return. Let's try with the other leg. So lift, turn it out, extend, flex. Don't let the leg go out on the diagonal out to the side. All you've done is turn the leg within the hip joint, point and bring it back. Turn it out, extend, flex, slowly lower, point, bring it back to parallel. Turn it out, extend, flex the foot, press through the heel just like you did with the previous one. When your legs are parallel, point to release and bring it back to parallel. Last one, turn, extend, flex, lower, use your tummy, point, bring it back and replace. Have a stretch, well done. You might find that as you were doing that, there was a little bit of clunking going on with your hips. That's quite normal. It's just the ligament moving over the joint. It's not comfortable. Both mine do, but more so on the left. It does help more if you engage your core a little bit more. It tends to stop the clunking a little bit. Don't necessarily get rid of it. Excellent. Okay, so you've had your stretch. Let's get you onto your side. Bend your bottom leg as you come up onto your hip. Now you can prop your head up, your arm as your pillow. If you want to make it harder, come up onto your forearm. So I want that bottom leg right angle. Stretch the top leg out. I'm going to prop my head up. I'm getting locked down here now. Isn't it awful? Hold your leg hip height. Flex your foot. Let me go up the mat a wee bit. Flex your foot and then turn it in. So we were going out the way. This time I want you to go in. So your toes pointing down. Hand can be on your hip to make sure your pelvis stays steady, or hand on the mat. And then pulse. Short, sharp, little movements, up and down, 40 times. That's 10. Breathe. Imagine you're trying to dig your toe into the floor. 20. Breathe. Use your tummy, squeeze your bum. Keep that internal rotation, 30. And stop. Straighten the foot up and keep it flexed. Now bring it forward. So you've brought the knee above the bottom knee. Keep the foot flexed. Don't turn in or out this time, and repeat your pulsing. Up and down, short, sharp, little movements. 10. 20. Tiny, tiny movements as quickly as you can. 30. Oop, coordination went a little bit there. And 40. Good. Don't put it down yet. Bring the leg as far forward as you can. Watch this hip doesn't go forward. Keep the foot flexed. Bring your knee towards your chest. And then push the leg out. Not back here. As far forward as you can. So you bend, so you're releasing all this. And then push. Imagine you're pushing your foot through treacle. Bend. And then push. Keep pulling the toes towards you. So get it right into your buttock. And push. And bend. Leg stays parallel to the floor. Don't let it drop. And again. Push. And let's do one more. And relax. Well done. Give it a rub. Quad stretch to release it. Excellent. Shall we do the other leg? Ha. Okay. Mat's coming apart. So onto your side. Whichever position suits you best. Head propped up. Use the arm as a pillow. You can do it up in this position if you want to. That is quite a killer. Gets you right into here. I'm going to do it with this one. Knee forward. So leg is parallel. Flex it. Internally rotate it so your toes are going down, and pulse. Oh, much, much harder to control on this side. That's 10. 20. 30. 40. Whew, straighten it up. Bring it forward. Keep the foot flexed, but don't rotate in or out, and pulse. Short, sharp, little movements. 10. Keep the body still. Oh, much harder for me on this side. 20. Try not to concentrate on the up and down, just count, because your coordination goes a little bit awry, like mine has. 30. And 40. Whew. Now bring it forward. Keep it parallel. Bend your knee. Bring it in towards your chest and press it out. This bit is slow. So bring the knee up. So getting that stretch into your glutes and push. Bend and push. As far forward as you can get it. As you can see, this leg is much more flexible than the other one. Get it a lot further forward. It's not as controllable as the other leg and doesn't get as sore as the other one when working, so it doesn't build up, but it is my weaker leg. And one more. Oh, and rest. Oh, started to feel it towards the end there. And a quad stretch. Well done. Okay, back onto your back. Always after sideline exercises, an Easter chest stretch, just to release the muscles in your back. It's nice, it gives the lower back a bit of a stretch. You can lift the head and shoulders if comfortable. Oh, that certainly warmed me up. Not that I was cold particularly. Okay, we're going to do one more, which is your one leg circle. Number of different ways you can do one leg circle. Low level, one leg in the air, and slowly rotate. So if you want to just do that one, particularly if you've had a hip replacement, you can do about 8 repetitions in each direction. Harder option, extend the leg vertically and rotate, still the whole leg within the hip, and then again the opposite way. To make it harder, stretch that bottom leg, other leg out, take your leg as vertical as you can, make your circle a little bigger. Football size circles is good, and back the other way. Much harder to keep the balance and the control when this leg is fully extended. And lower it down. So a few options there, your choice. Change legs. A bit cramp in that one. Okay, so into tabletop, easy option. About 8 circles in each direction. Don't forget to change. Notice the leg is moving within the hip. It's not the foot or ankle. Keep that still. Or you might want to do with your leg fully extended. Knees roughly side by side. A little bit more work for the thigh. You can do all 3 options if you want to, your choice. And obviously change direction. Try and keep this leg still, keep your pelvis still. Always spot my weaker side, it's trying to push me over to the right. Or you can take that leg down, make your circle a little bit bigger. Really makes you concentrate on using your core to keep everything still, and obviously back the opposite way. And then bend your knee to release it down, stretch your legs out. Well done. Nice stretch. Okay, we need to stretch out those hip flexors a little bit after that. So the best thing to do after those is your bridges. Feet a little bit closer to the hips, hands down by your side. Breathing in, tilt the pelvis. Press your lower back into the floor, squeeze your bum, lift up. As you lift up, hold, squeeze your buttocks, push a little higher, and then breathe out, roll your spine down slowly. Pressing your lower back into the mat and rolling back to neutral. And repeat, so tilt, lift up, squeeze, hold, push the hips up, and then roll back down slowly. Pressing your lower back into the mat and rolling back to neutral. Now we're going to add a little twist. So same thing, come up and hold. Press firmly through both feet. We're going to work the glutes. So squeezing one set of glutes, I want you to squeeze and push the hip up to the ceiling and then straighten up and then change. Squeeze and press that hip up and drop down and change. So you're twisting at the waist, keeping your ribs still, shoulders still. Try and keep your head still. I'm just aware there that my head was moving, especially on the left side, as always. Firm pressure through both feet. You might find your body weight is firmer through one leg more than the other. Try and work both legs and just keep twisting. So relaxing the glutes, squeeze to push up, let go, squeeze to push up, let go, squeeze to push the hip up, let go. One more on each side, last one, and then roll it down and back to neutral. Hip flexor stretch to release. So one knee in, other leg out. If you wanted to make this a little bit more beneficial for you, if you've got a half roller, a round big roller or a ball, or even just a couple of books or a cushion, pop them underneath your hips to support the pelvis, so it's under your sacrum. Pull one knee in as you extend the other leg out. and then change legs. So it gives you just that little bit extra stretch into here because you're bending the body back the other way. And pull. Flex the foot on the extended legs so you get into your calves as well. Whew. And then relax. Excellent. Take those out. Well done, everybody. You could move on and add, say, our arm exercises to that if you want to. There's a video from a few days ago with weights. So you could do a bit of arm work if you want to. Or you could move into some of the core exercises that Amy's been doing. Say 3 or maybe 5 of the 5 powerhouse exercises. Hope you're all keeping well, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.